Come on, come on. Maybe let them know on the iPad or something that we live in the Discord,
All right,
the
bet.
main chat, the public chat. Let them know we live, we live.
Okay. If
I'll
I
wait
if I
for it.
swipe out, will it take me out?
No, it'll just pause your screen. Yeah, you're
Okay.
good. I'll do it.
All right, bet.
Just start it. Disrupt it.
Yeah, because this my girl's iPad, so I don't have none of my stuff on here.
Yeah, we'll wait about 2 minutes.
All right, bet. See if she got the shirt.
All right, perfect. So, everybody tuning in, y'all may have seen the title, tapping into one's open-ended credit plan to be able to control the consumer report. So right here, y'all may also be wondering, who's this guy right here next to me? Kind of looks like he's related to me and still. But nah, just to introduce him real quick, this is my long lost brother. I mean, since we've been 8, 9 years old, been going up against each other in basketball. And he actually got started with the mentorship, about 5, 6 months ago.
It
And
was
you guys,
November, about 8 months ago.
okay, 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Perfect. And so you guys have actually seen him on a live as well too before. After yoga one day we went live together. That was around the time when he did get started with the mentorship. So about 8 months ago now. She's busy and seen like that long ago.
Right.
And just to see his growth within the time has been a blessing. He actually, has been going out and throughout the mentorship, and he got started. He started up his company, and his company revolved around helping people in the financial space. One of his services that he offers is credit repair. So I want to be able to offer something to you guys here after this call as well, towards the end of this call. Make sure you guys stay towards the end of the recording. If you guys are watching the replay, if you guys are here live, make sure to stay here live. If you guys are here live as well too, I highly recommend that you guys send this live out because we're about to get into some heavy information. So coming in with the information you've learned from the mentorship, what does an open-ended open-ended consumer credit plan mean to you? What how important would you say learning the definitions has been in terms of the things that you've been able to do, which we'll dive into here next. But
Mm.
before we do, I just want you to go ahead and see. I just want them to hear the importance of and just your insight on what an open-ended credit plan is, and then also, just the importance of studying the definitions within each one of these subchapters we study.
Right. Okay. So, an open-ended credit plan. If I had to put it in my own words, it is exactly like how it sounds, right? So, if you understand credit as a whole and where credit comes from and who creates it and who establishes it, then you're able to understand that an open-ended credit plan basically means that, exactly like I said, what it sounds like, it's open-ended, right? So there's no limit to the amount of credit that you can obtain as a consumer or as a business or whatever it is that you're doing, right? Whether it's on the business side or the personal side. So open-ended credit plan is something that, it's a right, you know what I mean? It's something that, it's a birthright that we have. It's not something that we necessarily have to quote unquote work for, but it's something that we have to study and gain the knowledge for, to be able to understand and comprehend the power that an open-ended credit plan holds within itself. So yeah.
So,
Yes, sir.
thanks. I love the way that you worded that and your perspective and insight on that. How would you say, like, in terms of you just studying definitions and you starting up your own company in the financial space, helping people discharge debt as well too?
Right.
What What significance has play the definition section just as a whole, and knowing the definitions played in you and the success and just the understanding in terms of consumer law, that you reached right now. What significance has the definitions and learning those and studying those played in, just where you're at right now?
Right. So the definitions, I would probably say, I mean, it's like anything else, right? It's like whenever you're trying to learn another language, the first thing that you would learn is the alphabet, and then you would go into learning how to spell words and then what those words mean. We already know how to spell English. We already know, we think that we know the definitions of these words, but because it's something completely separate, right? We have to go back and study again. And these definition sections are there for a reason, right? Before every set of laws. Excuse me. So it's important to look at the definitions because everything that the set of laws that you're talking about, those definitions pertain to those things within the set of law, whether it's the FDCPA, FCRA. Every single one of them has a definition section, right? The importance of the definition section is that it's these definitions are given for companies that are pretty much regulated by a set of laws, right? So it's important to understand the difference between something defined in Webster's dictionary and something defined in Black's Law dictionary or in a set of laws like the FDCPA or FCRA, because it's all different, right? It's all, if the word is defined in the FDCPA, it could have a different definition than Webster's, and it most likely does, and it could also have a different definition than the FCRA, which it often does. So um, understanding the definitions is definitely the most important part because, like anything else, if you don't know what words mean, then you don't necessarily know what you're talking about and you don't know what you're addressing, right? So, I was just talking to my aunt today about this because she had saw some of the stuff I was posting and was asking me about it, and I was breaking down the definitions of a promissory note, of a bill of exchange, of pretty much just debt instruments as a whole. And she was kind of a little confused, but it's simply only because she's never heard these definitions before, right? She's never been told that all debt in circular, or all money, quote, money in our legal system or in our banking system or whatever you want to call it, is all debt, right? It's all, everything that's in the everything that we use right now is all debt money. So it's very, and if you didn't know the definitions, if you didn't understand or study those definitions, then you wouldn't know that. So it's definitely important um to have an understanding of the definitions for sure.
I'm saying that's what the nonsense is like, how can one pay off debt with, more debt?
Right. It
And
makes no sense.
so, what's been the biggest thing with you, bro, in terms of with, getting your head around this information and fully understanding it? What's been the biggest thing to overcome?
I would say in the beginning, the biggest thing to overcome was literally just the fact that I'd never heard any of this before and it was hard to believe. Right? Like it's hard to believe when you're told your whole life that you better be on time with your payments or it's gonna hurt your credit score, right? Or you better um not miss any payments because once they close the account, then it's there for 7 years and you can't do anything about it, and you're gonna be affected with when you're trying to take out an auto loan or a mortgage loan. And it's all like you say all the time, it's all deceiving, it's all people being deceiving, right? It's the government trying to keep us within their system because it works just like any other business. Their main goal is to keep their employees within their business so that they can earn more money. Same thing with the United States, right? They try to keep us within their system, and yes, it works, and a lot of people get comfortable within that system, but it's it's for a reason. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to keep you inside of it for a reason, and it's just not. Uh, I don't know, you kind of got to know. You know what I mean? Like you got to do your own due diligence and your own research to completely understand it. But yeah,
So when you know, you know, you know.
exactly. What you don't know,
So
you don't know.
100%.
So
And you've been learning consumer law for 8 months now, really in depth with the mentorship since you got started. And
yes, sir.
so what are What did you have on your consumer report prior to getting started with the mentorship? What were you able to remove from your consumer report? And then what are some things that you've been able to recently do within the past week as well too? Go ahead and let the YouTube know, show them as well too. I'm going to
Yeah.
pass the off to you probably for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Really give
Okay.
them the insight, of the just the journey, that it took, not just the testimonies and the results and the things that took place, but
Right.
the long the study. Let them really feel you. If somebody's brand new, you know, it's even if it's just that one person, but that's brand new, that's just getting hit this information that was once in your shoes as well too.
Right.
That process information, but what gave you that go ahead that yes, this is possible. That yes, I can do this as well too, and to where you went on to doing it yourself. Seeing results on your own report, to then going out and helping others as well too, and now having a business around it. So let them know and give them really insight on the journey and the things that you've been able to, accomplish within the past 8 months.
Yeah, for sure. So when we first started, I was kind of just studying videos and kind of getting introduced. I was watching the videos about FDCPA and then about how we are the creditors, and it intrigued me, obviously. But at first, it was kind of, like I said, hard to believe and hard to comprehend because I had never been taught any of that information before, right? I've never been taught anything about the banking system. I didn't know I didn't even know what an asset and what a liability was a year ago. You know what I mean? And obviously, I've been doing my own research and my own studying as well. But Tone has really helped out a lot in pointing me in the right direction. So, November of 2023, towards the end of last year, is when I reached out to him and I joined the mentorship. And with that, he told me that he would help fix my credit. So we ended up disputing I only had one account on my report, right? I had a student loan. It was $250. Not a lot, but I don't know. For some reason I just didn't want to pay it back, right? It's just something about it. I didn't know nothing about credit. I didn't know anything about a credit score, so I didn't care. But once he ran my score, pulled it, sent the dispute letter, and I kind of messed up on my end. This is kind of what set the foundation for me to actually understand that if you don't say anything, then they're gonna assume that you're liable, right? So Tone filed the notice of dispute for me. I received a letter pretty much saying that they thought it was a third party filing it, right? I left it alone. My mistake because I wasn't aware of the significance of it. And a couple months had went by and it was still on my report. So I had reached out to Tone again and I obviously had talked to me and told me that I had to be responsive with these letters. So about a month later, we were able to finally get it removed, and that is kind of what triggered the hope that I had that this would actually work, right? So within that time, from November to about, I think we got it removed in March, Tone, something like towards the end of March. Um, but so towards the end, once it was finally off the report,
But it happens too much. I lose track.
I'm saying like, you be running them, so
Lose track.
um but so anyway, so I started obviously like talking to my family about it and trying to spread the information that I had obtained and everything that I've been learning and telling my parents about it, telling my sister, fiance, um, pretty much just people that are close knit with me, and kind of going over everything that I had been learning. And I'm finally at the point now to where I'm ready to launch. Right, so I've been learning pretty much the basics of how to start a business and how to run one and what numbers are important to have when establishing a business and what the steps are, right? And in doing all that, I was also obviously learning more about consumer law. So with that being said, I'd reached out to one of my cousins that I had seen at a family reunion a couple months ago, and we were talking and he needed some help with his credit, and I just so happened to have been studying it prior for 6 months before, and we finally got around to working on his report about 2 weeks ago, and this was June 25th. So June 25th, he had reached out to me. We were talking. He had told me that he wasn't aware of how many accounts he had, but he knew he had some. He knew he had inquiries on his report. Again, wasn't aware how many he had, but I pretty much updated him on everything that I would do. Sent him an audit. Was able to look at his report, and he had 9 negative accounts, and 11 inquiries. So what I did, actually, I'll show you guys his credit score. This is a screenshot of his credit score previously. I don't know if you can see it, but his TransUnion score was a 636. His Equifax was a 650, and his Experian was a 639. And this was June 25th, 2024. So about 2 weeks ago. So June 25th, I filed a notice of dispute. This notice of
What does it look
dispute,
like? What is on your notice of dispute?
I'm about to break it down right now. So, or are you saying like what is a notice of dispute? So, so the first letter that I send typically, right, that you would send typically is a notice of dispute. So what you're doing is putting these credit reporting agencies on notice, telling them or letting them know that you're aware that your rights are being infringed upon, right? You're aware that these credit reporting agencies are furnishing your information and reporting it illegally, right, without your consent. So what you're doing with the notice of dispute is pretty much like I said, putting them on notice, letting them know that you're aware that your rights are being infringed upon, that they're breaking the law, and you're pretty much giving them a chance to, or letting them know that you're aware, basically, right? So with that notice of dispute, um, you're pretty much putting them on, you're ceasing and desisting communication, right? So you're pretty much letting them know, like I said, they broke the law, to stop trying to collect and to stop reaching out to anybody else that may be trying to collect, right? So with the notice of dispute letter, I drafted a FTC report, and this is what I wrote in the FTC report. So I said I'm filing this FTC identity theft report um, on blank separate fraudulent accounts appearing on my consumer FICO credit report, which I do not recognize as reported and which are the result of identity theft and fraud. These fraudulent accounts consist of blank. These accounts have resulted in several fraudulent hard inquiries and fraudulent collections appearing on my consumer report. I demand that the aforementioned fraudulent items be removed from each of my consumer reports and that all collection activity related to said items cease pursuant to my rights within the FCRA and FDCPA. So after filing that identity theft report, I went to CFPB and I filed a CFPB complaint. And the codes that I mentioned was 605B, which is 15 USC 1681 C2, which is a block of information, right? So you're pretty much giving them 4 business days to block information that's on your report that you have identified as um, identity theft, right? Or just fraud in general. So this is what the CFPB complaint said. So I said, I'm filing the CFPB complaint to request pursuant to the FCRA 605B 15 USC 1681 C2 that the TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax credit reporting agencies block information on my consumer credit report that is the result of identity theft and fraud within 4 business days of receiving this complaint. The fraudulent, inaccurate, and false information consists of the following. And then you would state the name of the financial institution or the bank, the account number, the date it was opened, and then the date that you noticed it, which is always um, the month that you're in. So then I stated these accounts have resulted in several fraudulent hard inquiries and collections appearing on my consumer report. I have attached a list of the hard inquiries in question, as well as a copy of my consumer FICO credit report showing these fraudulent items. I do not recognize the aforementioned accounts, collections, or hard inquiries as reported. These items were not opened, made, or initiated by me and are the result of identity theft and fraud. To support my claim, I have attached a copy of the FTC identity theft criminal complaint as proof from the U.S. Federal Trade Commission that these accounts, collections, and hard inquiries are fraudulent. I request, pursuant to the FCRA 605B 15 USC 1681 C2, that the TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax credit reporting agencies block all the identified fraudulent accounts collections and audit inquiries from my consumer credit file within 4 business days of receiving this complaint. Please provide written confirmation regarding the actions taken on this complaint. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. So, within 15 USC 1681 C2, it states that you're for them to block the information on your report, right? You have to mention one, that identity theft was committed on your part or not on your part, and an account was created. You would have to then show a copy or send a copy of an old consumer report showing that information, right? You would have to then send it with an identity theft report and file the identity theft report. So if those 4 things are done, and if those 4 steps are done, right, and everything's sent in, then everything should be removed within 4 days, 4 business days. If it's not, then you can send a follow-up letter, and this is what I did. So what they actually did when I sent that first letter on CFPB, after 4 days had passed, they had pretty much said that they were still working on it. And that's not what I asked them to do, right? I told them they had 4 days to figure it out. They didn't figure it out within the 4 days. So I sent them a follow-up CFPB complaint with the same FTC report attached in the file, along with his license and proof of billing. And this is what I said in that third CFPB complaint. So I said, I'm filing this complaint regarding the failure of, and then put the credit reporting agency's name, to comply with the requirements of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 USC 1681 C2, in relation to a previous complaint I submitted concerning identity theft and fraudulent information on my credit report. Despite my formal request and the submission of necessary documentation, including the FTC identity theft criminal complaint, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion have not blocked the fraudulent information on my credit report within the legally mandated 4 business days. This noncompliance is a direct violation of the FCRA 605B, which mandates a consumer reporting agency shall block the reporting of any information in the file of a consumer that the consumer identifies as information that resulted from an alleged identity theft, no later than 4 business days after the date of receipt by such agency of 1, appropriate proof. Okay, so these are the things that you would send in, right? So this is what I was talking about earlier. Appropriate proof of the identity of the consumer, so a license or proof of billing, a copy of an identity theft report, the copy of the FTC report, the identification of such information by the consumer, that would be the copyright, and then a statement by the consumer that the information is not information relating to any transaction by the consumer. And I sent all of that within the first letter. So everything should have been deleted, right? But they didn't delete it yet. So I listed the items again, said these items were not open, made, or initiated by me and are the result of identity theft and fraud. My initial complaint and supporting documentation clearly requested the blocking of these fraudulent items within 4 business days, yet no action has been taken. This lack of compliance is not only a breach of the FCRA, but also has significant implications for my credit standing and financial well being. Please note that noncompliance with FCRA 605B may lead to significant legal consequences, including statutory and punitive damages, attorney fees, and costs as outlined in the FCRA 616 or 15 USC 1681N and 15 USC 1681O. 616 states any person who willfully fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this title with respect to any consumer is liable that the consumer in an amount equal to the sum of, and then it states the amounts, right? FCR. So we're pretty much telling them this is how much you're going to have to pay if these accounts aren't deleted. Regardless, they're going to have to pay it because, like Tone says all the time, deletion is admission, right? So FCRA 617 states any person who is negligent in failing to comply with any requirement imposed under this title with respect to any consumer is liable to that consumer in an amount equal to the sum of any actual damages sustained by the consumer as a result of the failure. So because they didn't remove these accounts within 4 days, that's more money that's more remedy that they're going to have to come up with, right? So I request immediate intervention to ensure that Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion comply with the FCRA 605B by blocking the identified fraudulent information and providing written confirmation of the actions taken. Your prompt attention to this matter is greatly appreciated. Thank you for your assistance. And then I sent that on the 29th, right? July 5th, my cousin texted me and his TransUnion score went to that 760. All
Up one
right. If say it again,
up 124.
up 124. This is what it was before 636. After we got those letters and complaints sent out, we got a 124-point jump,
Very
right?
tough.
Equifax didn't update at the time, but yesterday my cousin had reached out to me. Equifax jumped up 94 points.
Please. Yes,
Once,
sir.
and then you already know the other one gonna follow up right behind that. So next steps after this would be to go and get remedy.
He said.
Go
Yeah.
get that bag. You feel me?
Uh, he said. Big sigh. That big sigh. Yes,
You
sir.
feel me?
We here. We here. We here.
Nah, but this
And
this shit is really powerful, guys. Like they're still he let me know that he was still getting updates as of yesterday that accounts were still being taken off throughout the day, right? So I'm assuming sometime this week it should be finalized. Experian should have everything removed as well. And he was in the low 600s. Now he's looking at high 700s. He's almost at an 8, about 40 points away from an 800. So and that's gonna help him out a lot. He said he's trying to move out. He lives in Yuma right now, and he's trying to move out to Phoenix by the end of this year. And this is really gonna help him out a lot. So this is 100% why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? A lot of my family is in debt or quote unquote debt, what we think is debt, and where a lot of my family has been forced to pay this debt back and has fallen into more debt because of that. And all I'm trying to do is just help people, help them, and help myself and my future generations, and build off of it.
100%. And so to summarize what you did a notice of dispute.
Right.
You did a complaint.
Mm.
You responded to back and forth with them about 2 or 3 times.
Yes, sir.
But then again, you're leading off the first, complaint. So we got to follow up with them. The
Right.
FTC report. You did an FTC report. You sent that off as well too. Did you send the FTC report with the notice of dispute?
Yeah. So I actually, or no, I actually sent it in with the CFPB complaint. So I sent the notice of dispute, excuse me, through Credit Repair Cloud, and then filed the CFPB complaint, attached the FTC to that, and then sent that with the proof of billing and ID. So
So you did everything all digital. You didn't have to go to the post office.
no,
Uh,
sir, all over the laptop.
Wi-Fi money.
You said what?
I said Wi-Fi money.
Wi-Fi money, literally.
Wi-Fi lit. Wi-Fi lit. And so in 10 days. So with that being said, would you be able to help? Knowing that this is your first client, yes. Would you be open to helping other clients? For a discounted rate here on my YouTube. So I charge 12.50. Would
Right.
love to bring some clients to you? How's 500? Or what are your services? Or what are you willing to promo to 5 people here on this channel? Just the first 5 people.
Yeah.
They'll still 575 2843. If you text them the number 10. All right, text them the number 10, your first and last name, and then we'll go ahead and get you, started at a discounted rate with my guy Lou and his
Yes, sir.
company and services. What rate, are you open to getting them started with the first 5 people, for
Yeah.
what?
Okay, so because I'm just starting out, I do an initial deposit of usually it's 350, but for you guys I'll do 250 up front, and then once you see the results, just another 250 on the back end, and we're good.
So
Yes,
just the
sir.
first 5. And so you guys see what he was able to do within the first 10 days. I would love to get another testimony and have a testimony, be him working on your report, and then all three of us coming on here on YouTube, and then being able to go live and then show the testimony of the steps that we've taken. But we just went through as well too in the 5-day masterclass literally the steps that he's talking about. We went
Mhm.
through them step by step as well too. So, if you guys aren't already enrolled within the university, I'd highly recommend it because also within YBC University, we do have uploaded that 5-day masterclass that we just went through. And Lou was actually one of the students in the 5-day masterclass as well too. What's one of the biggest things you took away from that 5-day masterclass?
Um, I feel like a lot of what you, or not a lot, but in the first couple days, first few days, what you talked about was a lot of what you had covered previously, but you explained it in a different way, and I was able to get more clarity on it, which around the time that you were going live was when I was filing these reports. So I was able to get clarity on everything. I was able to say, okay, bet this is the set of codes or set of laws that you would address for a credit reporting agency, and this is a set of laws that you would address for a debt collector and bank in a financial institution, right, and so on. So it
For
gave me a lot of clarity on understanding and being more comfortable going into doing my first client, working with my first client. So
sure. That's fair.
yes, sir.
All right, for me. So, is there any last things? We've been here for 30 minutes. I think this is a great video for people to go back through.
Hmm.
If you guys are getting any type of value, make sure to like this video. Make sure to share this well with at least 5 people you feel this can benefit, and then make sure to hit that notification bell down below, because we are going to be going live every day for the next 60 days. So my birthday is within the next 60 days, you know, 60 to 75, 70 days. So we're about to be in mode, and throughout my birthday, we're about to be traveling a lot the month of September. So, I want to make sure that we're here providing as much value before I do hit the road again. Although I am going to be in Philly. So shout out to my Philly people. Reach out to me, text my 305 number, and let me know if you guys are on the East Coast in the Philly area. I'm going to be going to Philly this Tuesday. Touch me, let me know if you guys are there. But all in all, family, definitely, once again, if you guys are looking to get these services, make sure to text 305-575-2843, which is our business number, and then text the word 10 or the number 10 and send your first and last name so we can get you discounted and get your credit worked on for 250 on the front end, 250 on the back end. So this is working with my guy Lou, his company. I just want to be able to bring his company business and just help get him more results. Because at the end of the day, the business in the world that we're in, men and women lie, but numbers don't lie. So he just showed you guys right now what he was able to help his cousin with. And that's what I did exactly as well too when I first started out. Is I actually worked with my families. I worked on myself. They're my family, and that's how we got to go about things in life. Start with yourself, fix yourself. Heal the things you need to heal, work on the things you need to heal, and then help your family, help those around you too want to be helped because at the same time, you can have all this information, you can, do all of these things, but if they're not ready, they're not ready. And so,
Right.
after you're taking care of those that are ready within the inner circle, expanding out and then, offering your service to the mass of the world. And, that's how you go about things. And so I love to see you doing that, Lou, helping the family, helping yourself first and the family. Then
Yes,
once you
sir.
belief level of yourself and those around you, now you're able to go out and just help others, strangers. And once you're helping strangers and other people in the masses, it's a whole new ball game, so
Yeah.
you're really gonna make the money. The family, that's more so the testimonies, the money, it's small money even then. But after that, after you've helped your family for free, don't be afraid to let them know that I gave you guys a time, a period. I was telling you guys this. I was telling you guys that. There's those family members that you've been telling,
Mm.
but that you've been telling you help them for free. They've been bullshitting, and
Yeah.
down the road, once they see you start helping strangers and other people and doing the things you're going to be doing down the road, then they're going to try to
Let me get
circle
some
back.
free service.
Now it's just going to be, yeah, of course, go to the website, same price as everybody else. I can get you
Yeah.
started on a payment plan, but it's going to be the same price. You know,
Right.
at the end of the day, that's how it's got to be. And so, you've offered that handout, and now, you know. just keep building, bro. Keep growing. I love to see your journey. Love to see the growth. We worked on yourself first. Now we got one result, one client testimony, and we're only
Yeah.
going to keep going. Like you said, it's time to get that remedy now. So let's go
Yeah.
do
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Any last words for the live?
I appreciate you guys for those that stayed and those that are gonna watch the recording. I appreciate you guys for taking the time and listening to me ramble. I know I was kind of everywhere with it. I didn't have very long to get my notes together, but I tried. But this was my first live explaining it all, so I will be definitely be prepared once I start doing what Tone's doing and following in his footsteps and shit like that. So, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in and definitely subscribe to Tone's channel if you guys aren't already and are interested in this information because this man knows what he's talking about for sure.
Yes, very much love. But where can they find you, bro? What's your social media platforms? You
Yeah,
got
so
Instagram. Where can they find you, bro?
yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Louvana, Louvana. I have a business page. It's player and then the number one solutions. There's not too much on it right now, but I will be uploading soon. I just started posting on my personal page this week. Other than that, my YouTube channel is MFTV as of right now. It will be later changed to Player One Solutions. But yeah, those are my socials. If you guys want to reach out to me personally, you can text my phone number or reach me on email. Actually, I'm not gonna give my phone number out because I don't know how many people are gonna watch this. But I'll give you guys my email. You guys can reach out to me at player one, the number one, solutions at gmail.com. And that would be for any business inquiries. So
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. I
yes,
appreciate
sir.
you, bro. And it's an honor to see your journey, and I'm excited to just continue to see all the success you did create, bro. And to be traveling the world with you as well too, and going out to the Philippines,
Yeah.
getting our enterprise, and even just getting you started with the agency that we have as well too.
Mm,
You're definitely right now. Once you scale this company, once you take it to another level, you have more. We're at that
mm,
point. And that's the thing that I'd recommend next is finding a software, where you're able to scrape leads and, find leads from and going through those
yeah.
leads, calling these leads, reaching out to them, reaching out to, other real estate agents, to reaching out to, brokers, brokers to,
Yeah.
car dealers, to tax accountants, to you name it, people that are just working with other business owners, people that are working with people in distress, looking and going to the Secretary of State to finding houses in distress, reaching out to
Mm,
the because if I know if they're in distress with their home, they probably definitely got some things negative on their
right.
and so just getting creative with it. I'd recommend definitely reaching out to some real estate agents and then the
Okay.
car well too and getting those. Because those are people that are looking for houses right away, looking for cars, right away, going into dealerships, connecting with the dealers. Yo, I have a company, where I help people discharge debt, disputing debt. I'd love to help your clients be able to, clean up their consumer report, then ultimately be able to help you get better interest rates and be able to help
Mm,
you close more deals being that car salesman. So, if I can help you close more deals, would you be interested? Yeah,
yeah.
most definitely. Let's do it.
For sure, yeah. I was gonna ask you too. I had seen I was thinking about doing selling life insurance for a little bit. One of my homeboys, he has somebody in his apartment complex that was doing it. And they have like a lead pool that they pull from. So I was gonna ask you if there was something like that for credit repair.
Oh yeah, definitely. But there's a lot of different systems. There's Ninja Leads. There's lots of different. I'll send you this video.
Okay.
Uh, not too long ago, and check it out. It really depends on the script. Software. You that fits you best. A lot
Right.
of them, a lot of the same things, but um, specifically for credit. But you know, in terms of the information you need for credit, yeah, definitely there is. It's all about what you compute into it and what you're looking to get out of it, and then
Yeah.
it'll all that information for you. But I'll show you the video, which will give you insight on a couple of different ones, and then you can
Okay.
choose from. I'm still figuring out which one I'm using. I'm still trial and erroring one, so that's why I haven't given you one specifically. But
Yeah.
once I specifically, I'll definitely let you know.
Okay, bet. Perfect.
Uh, it's here for 40 minutes of value. A lot of things are taken.
Spitting.
Yes, bars, bro. So we gonna just the first of many. So till
Yes,
next
sir.
time.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Get him, man. Peace and love, man. Y'all heard from my guy Lou. Back 29. Since 2019, since we've been 9 years old, 2009. Shit. We've been locked in. So it's been a blessing to see his journey, and it's that's the power of mentorship. I always tell people, mentorship is a time machine. See, mentorship is gonna take you from where you're at right now, where you want to go, and literally a time machine that much quicker, right? Because mentors have been through, and that's the thing. We grew up, damn near together. We grew up playing sports, but I've got access to this information, and that's the thing as well too. Accessibility to certain information can potentially change the situation. I've had access to this information now for the past couple of years, and he's seen me on my journey, and that also goes to another thing as well too. A lot of people see people, doing big things. A lot of people see people that they grew up with that, they were close with, maybe old teammates. They see people doing and winning, right? But people that you grew up with, people that winning, right? Real life winning in life, but they don't ever reach out. Right. So first of all, big ups to him on reaching out, putting any pride, any ego to the side and reaching out, asking for help, not even he wasn't even asking for help, but at the time, but congratulating, what you celebrate in your life, you accelerate in your life. So he was, without even knowing, accelerating his life by just reaching out and expressing, his gratitude and him seeing me on my journey and, reaching out to me and telling me to keep doing my thing. Then we ended up just staying in contact. He ended up getting locked in with the mentorship, got locked in with the mentorship, and it propelled him. It took him off from not knowing anything about this a year ago to now helping people go out there and literally controlling people's financial reports. Right, this isn't something little that we're talking about. We're talking about discharging debts and literally decoding the matrix. So we out, family. Peace and love. Make sure to tune into Credit Gotti's World. This is one of our shirts in Credit Gotti's World. We got the drone, we got the adventures, the indigenous look. We got a new logo coming as well too, even for this page as well too. New logo, new cover art. Text me 305-575-2843. What day you guys feel will be best for me to start going back live again every single day, or drop a comment down below. What day and what time? Sundays, Wednesdays, or Fridays? Y'all let me know what days will be best. Sundays, Wednesdays, or Fridays. To start doing weekly calls one time a week. Granted, the next 60 days I am going to be going live. They're going to be kind of spontaneous though, but I am going to be pushing more towards the beginning of the day. So yesterday I didn't go live for my brother's birthday, but you know, or that was 2 days ago now. So 2 days ago and yesterday, we're also going to be having products here on each live as well too, which is going to be game changing. So I'm going to have the ebooks listed. You guys can purchase the ebooks. They're going to be very 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 cheap. Right away. To also get some more testimonies, they're going to be just 11.11, and then I'm going to up the price. They're all going to be cost affordable though. So first probably like week, or probably first 100 sales, I'll keep it 11.11, and then after that, family will up the price, to its actual valued price. But got some ebooks ready for you guys, about over 6 to 7 that we're gonna release right away. Probably tomorrow on my next live. So you guys will be able to just click the products down below, click on all of our product stores, and check out all the products, the ebooks, the merch, all that we're gonna be bringing forth to you guys. If you guys don't already subscribe to our Credit Gotti World, I definitely would recommend checking out Credit Gotti's World. That's a vlog that we have, and that's really more of an insight on me, my day to day, day in the life, with me, and just going around all the adventures that I go on. I'm about to go to Philly on Tuesday. We've been in town probably for 2 weeks, but it's been too long. Gotta hit the road again and get back to doing what I do best, and that's connecting, flowing, and exploring. You kind of look like if our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was from El Salvador. That's just the indigenous roots. I'd say that's indigenous roots, and yeah, the El Salvadorian people and the Guatemalan people and the Amazonian people and all the people throughout the Mexicos, all throughout the Americas, the South America and North Americas, are all very indigenous beings, and we all have definitely cross mingled and commingled at one time, and so yeah, I could definitely see that. BMO, where you from, BMO? I like phone asleep here. All right, for me. Well, you guys stay blessed. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see more of. I wanted to come here and show you guys one of my students that's been able to come out and get, some results within the past, couple days. He reached out to me, like 2 days ago, showed me everything that was taking place. And I was just like, yes, sir, man. I love to see others winning, and my mentor always told me if you help enough people get what it is that they desire, you'll have everything and more that you desire. So if you're not in the position, if you're not in the standpoint that you guys would like to be, think about how can I serve more? How can I give more? Not giving with the intent to receive, or not serving with the intent to, just receive things, but just giving just to give. Go read the book Go Giver, understanding that everything is energy. And if it's all just genuine from the heart, you guys are always going to win. Love always wins. I just made a post on my story about that on Instagram. Love always wins. I'm learning this information and making moves, disrupting the disrupt. I can't read. Disrupting, disrupting the matrix. Let's do it, bro. Your name within itself. You already labeled yourself as such, bro. You got to get in tune with this information. This is how you really disrupt the matrix is by understanding, how to operate within this game of commerce that we're operating in. Knowing how to operate in the private, but also knowing how to operate in the public. When we're operating in the public, knowing the, codes, that are out there to protect us as consumers because it's a corporation. So within every single corporation, without consumers, there is no corporation. So they need us consumers in order for this corporation to continue, right? It talks about the banking system is dependent upon our credit. It tells you that in the, congressional findings of the FCRA. If you don't know what I mean, go look up 15 USC 681 right away. The first line, the banking system is dependent upon one's credit, right? And they must report fairly and they must report accurately, right? Because the banking system is dependent upon such. To be dependent upon something, families, it means to not be able to live without it. And, so just like a baby is dependent upon a mother's breast milk, right? Or, just nutrients that it needs in order to survive, right? In the womb, a baby is dependent upon the mother eating and, giving it the nutrients that it needs so it can feed it through its umbilical cord, right? So, I want you guys to understand, family, that the banking system is dependent upon us. We are the power. We're the true battery. All of these financial institutions are literally just extending credit. Think about an extension cord, right? An extension cord isn't the true source of power. The true source of power is the outlet, it's the wall, it's the battery outage, right? That is not the, once again, it's not the extension cord. All right, so all these corporations, these financial institutions are just extending our own credit back to us and getting us to make payments to them via by us, virtual or not virtually. I mean, a lot of times, yes, with even credit cards, virtually signing credit card agreements, but all in all, agreements which we've been deceived, right? That's why they talk a lot about deception, all within the FDCPA. Well, I definitely highly advise you guys all get in tune with the FDCPA, which is a whole subchapter governing the um, the debt collection practices of these debt collectors, and things that they must abide by being a debt collector. And it's a whole subchapter governing the protection of, once again, debt. These debt collectors going out in an attempt to collect debt, and never once do they talk about a loan. Never once do they talk about a credit score. Never once do they talk about the term borrower within this, Subchapter, yes, the truth. Yes, capitalize and put emphasis upon truth in lending because somebody was not being truthful. You get into it, disrupting the matrix. I'd highly advise disrupting the matrix. You get in tune with our Facebook community. Anybody that's new to this information, the link for that is down below. Also reach out to us and get involved within our public community on Discord. I highly advise you guys all do such. I appreciate all of you guys for staying in tune with this information. We got a lot more coming for you guys. Like I said, merch. We got ebooks that are going to be here on the YouTube, being able to, cop these books at a very, very cost affordable rate. So I'm gonna have these here within the next 24 to 40 hours. I'll get there where I want to be. Of course, you always do. Divine time and divine orchestration. So I appreciate you all, family. Y'all stay blessed, stay protected, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace and love. Go tap in with my guy Lou, man. Go tap in, go tap in. Let's get it, let's get it. Foul, foul, foul.